Okay, Warrior. If you liked Rocky, if you liked Fighter, if you're a fan of mixed martial arts, I have no idea why you would have not have seen this movie by now. Essentially what you have is you have two people who are both training for a mixed martial arts tournament. You have one character is a physics teacher who is a former UFC fighter who is kind of behind on his mortgage and is currently fighting on the weekends, which gets him suspended from his job as a teacher. So now he decides to more or less focus entirely on his training to try to get to this one event where it is 16 of the top fighters, and you fight single elimination over 2 nights. So therefore, if you succeed, you will fight 2 times in 2 nights. The other side is his brother, played by Tom Hardy, who will soon see as Bane, who is an ex-Marine who has lots of other issues going on, but they're dealt with throughout the movie, who decides to go back to training with his father, played by Nick Nolte, who at that time is essentially a recovering alcoholic, who brings a movie's worth of his own baggage. And Tom Hardy in this character, for being a smaller guy, he's 5'10", the amount of viciousness he puts into his role, he will be an excellent Bane. I'm just saying that right now. If you watch this movie, you see a guy who has a level of power, a look, a physique, and almost like this bizarre level of mental acuity, while at the same time having this undeniable rage of like a savage beast. And he becomes popular at a local gym when he demolishes like a hometown favorite. They both end up getting into the tournament, and of course the very end end up facing each other. You know, there are moments where they have Rashad Evans talking on like ESPN. There's a very fantastic fight between a school teacher and Koba, played by Kurt Angle. Probably the closest Kurt Angle actually get to a mixed martial arts ring. And it's done really well. When it comes to the fight scenes, they've done a fantastic job on some of these fight sequences. You know, they're in there, they do a tremendous job when it comes to actually getting out the heart and the soul and making you actually care about the people as they're going through these absolutely just vicious fights. So a fantastic job in the ring when it comes to fight choreography and the fight itself. You know, the background story of Nick Nolte as the estranged father of these two, training with one who's kind of like, you're my trainer, you're not my father, I don't need you anymore. And the other one kind of going, you know, it's great you're 1,000 days sober. That really is. I can forgive you for what you did to us, what you did to Mom, but I'm not letting you become a part of my family. So you've got fantastic drama, beautiful fight sequences. This would be a movie kind of like Rocky or The Fighter if you had the background on both of your two primary fighters. This would be like in Rocky if you learned about Rocky's training, you know, his background story, and Apollo's background. You know, it's did an absolutely fantastic job. You know, Nick Nolte gave a stellar performance in this. And playing, you know, the estranged ex-alcoholic father. It's probably one of the best movies I've ever seen. Ironically, for being over 2 hours long, it at no point in time does it feel like it actually drags. You know, it seems like every scene has purpose. They do a fantastic job, even from the, you know, the sprinkling of training montages here and there. You know, they did a really good job on this movie. Like I said, if you liked Rocky, the first one, if you liked The Fighter, which was another fantastic movie, and if you're a fan of mixed martial arts, the UFC, or any of those sorts of endeavors, by far this is a movie you absolutely have to see.